Alright, so 1177 is out for more than a week now, and there was some pretty interesting things. I like the way things are going right now in One Piece, where more of the Straw Hats are getting some power-ups, and we can see a lot more development on them. I'm really hoping that this idea keeps happening, where more Straw Hats have more fighting potential, because One Piece right now is kind of like a more fighting manga than anything else. Um, and the fact that some of these Straw Hats are getting some fighting capability, some powers to go up against the forces of the world, it is insane. It is fun to see because I really don't want it to be a Zoro Luffy story. I want it to be the full Straw Hat story. So yeah, we're gonna dive into 1177. There's one major thing that happened in this chapter, which was really positive for me. But outside of that, it's kind of like just kind of catching up, you know? Nothing too big. All the big revelations are kind of like done to a certain extent, unless 1178 leads to something else, which is out obviously, but I have read it, and it looks like it's going to be interesting, but that's for next week. Anyway, 1177. So we kind of have realized that the Domireversity can be changed if you cut off someone's head or like kill them or like fatal wound. So the Zoro, Dory Broggy, and one of the other giants, I don't know what his name is, I didn't catch his name. They're really ecstatic to be able to kill these people without actually killing them. And this is hilarious because they kind of like live up to the name of the giant pirates, but and the giant pirates is such a big legend that the kids really want to see them, but given the massacre these guys are brought lay down and do in fact lay down on their fellow people, the parents are rightfully scared of letting their children watch this, but their children really want to watch this, which creates an amazing split between the dynamic. Like, we also know usually kids should watch this, but like it's funny to see, and the childish nature of Dory Broggy and Zoro are literally highlighted over here, where it's like Elder Zoro also said, like, are they enjoying this? It doesn't feel like they're trying to like save them. They're just enjoying the fight. Okay, so we've gone to that. We've got one way of reversing Domireversity, but now we have two ways of reversing Domireversity. We find out that in this chapter, Chopper's for some reason, Chopper in his monster form. Now I'm not going to confirm that all throughout, but in his monster form, after he's eaten Rumble Ball, he can get rid of the Domireversity curse, the demons that possess you during Domireversity, which is insane. Like, hello, this is Domireversity by far is Imu's strongest ability. It's the ability that can win wars, and the fact that Chopper has the ability to just push that away just by a touch is game changing. It's literally game changing. If everybody in the Straw Hats got Domireversity and Chopper was the only one that wasn't there, Chopper could in fact clear those effects, which is crazy. And this is something that I think Imu will not have an idea of unless he kind of sees it firsthand. So it might be a secret trump card for the Straw Hats to have. I really don't know what's going on over there. I really hope they go into like a deep dive of the devil fruits in general, like what their origin is. I want an entire arc for this because I would like to see why Chopper's ability has this effect on the devil fruit. If you read the SBSs and everything, which I don't, I've got this information from the internet itself, where honestly the SBSs do exist, but I got it from another video. But apparently, if apparently human ate Chopper's devil fruit, so the human fruit, apparently they were supposed to get some level of enlightenment. So it could be an effect of Chopper's outfit, but why, of all the things in the world, why name it the human fruit? Like, I get it, but I also don't, because it's interesting. It's interesting because devil fruits were never, the naming of devil fruits doesn't feel right. Like, obviously, given that Zoan fruits exist, there should be a human fruit because humans are also kind of like a animal. But in the entire series of One Piece, not every, like, devil fruits are never given like the humans aren't are considered different. I think in the One Piece universe, at least that's what how it feels like. So why name it human fruit, and what is going on with Chopper's ability? That is a big question that hopefully we get some answers to in the next few arcs. I really want a devil fruit arc, just to kind of see how this goes. But anyway, so Chopper has the ability to cure Domi Reversi, which is mind-bogglingly crazy. So we get to see a little bit more about that. Moving on. So we are at next we come to Brooke and Usopp, where they're going up against they're going up against this one, what we call her name, Gunko. Yeah, Gunko, emo possessed Gunko. And they kind of are in kind of like a bad spot. They're not really not, like, given the abilities we have seen so far from them, they're clearly not a match for this opponent, but they're trying. And honestly, I'm seeing some slight inclination towards Usopp doing something interesting over here, but it's nothing close to what I expect. Like, ever since the Giants were introduced, Usopp has been literally the giant character. He's the guy who was looking to go to Elbaf. He's the one who considered the Giants the strongest race or the most honorable race. And to see him not get a shining moment, when even Chopper, Frankie, both of these guys have gotten good shining moments. Now, it kind of hurts to see, because now Usopp's moment has to outshine these two moments, because it's his arc. You can't create like Frankie has this amazing ability to fight off against these people, and then Chopper has the ability to cure Domi Reversi, and then Usopp gets nothing. There needs to be some level of development with Usopp, which I honestly don't see happening. I don't know. Things in 1178 are working, so I don't know how it's gonna go. There might be more to the story than we are obviously seeing, and Elbaf might run longer than previously predicted. But I really hope Usopp definitely gets another a better role in Elbaf, because that would just suck if Usopp's it is Usopp's arc, okay? It would suck if he didn't get a good chance on it. Moving on from so basically they're basically attacking, and Usopp's making the confrontation with Emo, and he's like, why are you attacking them so underhandedly? At least attack them direct. They're honorable people. You should attack them in an honorable manner. And obviously Emu's kind of like gives a general villain line, like dominant rulers do not sully their hands, which is fair. Like, it's true. I mean, like, it kind of is. It's very underhanded, but it is what it is. Anyway, we then come to Luffy and Loki meeting up with the rest of the Straw Hats crew, where we kind of see that these guys have dismembered the Dream Guy, and obviously the Dream Guy is being kind of annoying, but the fact that they're functionally immortal, I think that lends itself to what he says. He literally says that underestimate us for as long as you can, and it's great for him to actually say that, because I think that is the main problem with the God Knights in general. They are so immortal, like they can be dismembered, but they keep coming back. It's kind of like being a player in a game, right? You're weak at the start, but then no matter how weak you are, if you're given multiple opportunities and you die repeatedly, you're going to find a way to get past the bosses. So the God Knights are basically like players in a world full of NPCs. And that I think makes them dangerous in itself, because you can fight them over and over again, but then eventually you get fatigued and they will take that advantage and just kill you. I think that's the kind of people they are. And just having that crutch of immortality gives them the high horse that they need to be on. Honestly, when the God Knights were first introduced, like when we first heard about them, I thought that they would hold hold the other people in the world a little bit more in high regard, but it just seems like they're just the same. So I kind of get their their mindsets, because now they have somewhat some level of power, but they're functionally immortal, so they just think that they're gonna win, because that's what, like, if you're when you're playing a game, you know that you're going to get past it. Even if it takes you 100 tries, you know you're going to get past it. So I think that's what the God Knights are. And this was very interesting because I never thought of it that way, but they are kind of right in that situation. They're kind of assholes, but they are kind of right. Hopefully we find a way to get rid of their immortality, otherwise it's going to be hell. Or find a way to lock them up in some way, which I think they're doing right now. Anyway, we get a fun interaction over here with Luffy, Loki, and Nami, where Nami is basically trying to put out the fires, and she literally yells at Loki for starting more fires, which is interesting because a lot of people are thinking that Nami yelling at Loki is kind of like an indicator that he might be joining the crew. And honestly, I do want it. Like, I wanted Yamato to join the crew. I wanted Vivi when she left the Celestial Dragon place. What's its name? Marijua. When she left Marijua to join Luffy's crew, which I think will happen. But it is an indicative thing that he might be joining the crew. Now, I don't know how that's going to work or what's going to happen, because Loki is functionally the king of the giants at the moment. Like, that's what it's being set up for. But I would really like him to join the crew. I honestly would. I think their dynamic fits, and I think Luffy needs more heads to butt against. Because that's basically like, we have a lot of people who are just listening to Luffy all the time, and I think Loki would create an interesting dynamic. I would love to see like Jinbei and Loki's dynamic as well. Because Jinbei is like full on dedicated to Luffy, and Loki would probably hate Jinbei for that. Anyway, so we kind of see that, and then Luffy kind of interacts with Nami as well, like screaming at Loki that he got Nami in trouble. And well, Loki kind of reacts to that by firing, but he fires lightning, which has no effect on Luffy because he is still, for some reason, a rubber man, which explain to me how that is the case. Because we finally know that it's a zone type fruit, but it's a zone fruit that turns you into human rubber, but human cartoon at the same time. I don't know how that's working. But yeah, I honestly do not know. Like, I need to know why he is still rubber, but also the sun god. Was the sun god rubber? Honestly, don't know. So after this interaction, we see Luffy and Loki in the dog form reach the site where Brook and Usopp have kind of like been KO'd. And obviously Luffy's mad. And we end the chapter where Luffy and Loki are about to face off against Gonko, possessed by Emu, and basically Gonko and Emu are basically Emu is basically like submit or perish kind of situation. So yeah, it's a crazy chapter. It's honestly interesting to see a lot of these things happen. And I'd like to see a lot more of the Straw Hats get abilities, because I honestly would like to see Sanji develop something close, because I'm pretty sure Oda's not going to give Sanji Conqueror's Haki. It just doesn't feel like he's going to do that, especially because Zoro is getting Conqueror's Haki, but maybe because Gyaban is here, Sanji might learn something new from Gyaban. Not sure, but hopefully we get something good from this. Honestly, I would like Sanji to have Conqueror's Haki as well, but we know it's not going to happen. Um, but I am liking the developments of all the characters so far. Honestly, that was interesting to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the chapter as much as I did. I'd love to know your thoughts about it down in the comments below. And if you guys liked the video, consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to the channel. I've been Korogami. I'll see you guys in the next one.